Hey guys, welcome back to Pokey Charles. Today's video is a little different. I just wanted to kind of offer, um, I guess, my 2 cents worth in regards to all the YouTube changes coming up in January and kind of what it means for a channel like ours and similar ones. So I think the most important thing to say off the bat is that I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen until it hits in January, but you can already see the signs of it on channels. We've had people say that they're not getting notifications from our channel, and I think that that's attributed to this change that they're testing, and also our comments have been turned off at random, off and on for the last week or so. But the good news is that I think that people have to understand that Pokemon's going to be a little bit different than um, like a toy opening, if you will. Because you have to face it, like, there's so many channels out there that have kids in Pokemon pack opening videos, but they're not really designed nor intended for children under 13. People open vintage packs. Even on this channel, are we kid friendly? Yes. But does that mean that Pokemon needs to be in YouTube Kids? And I think the answer to that is no. And I think the good thing is like, look at Nostalgic Factory and TCA Gaming. Their channels are kid friendly, but kids under 13 wouldn't be buying breaks or wanting to hear about, why this card is this and why this card is this in business sense. So we have to put in perspective that, yeah, Pokemon can be considered a kid's game, but we have to put in the reality that even our channel is not for kids under 13. It's pretty clear, like with Charles and Harrison, we don't let them just openly watch YouTube. We'll let them see the comments and stuff on this channel. Obviously, if they're, you know, valid to show them, we're not going to show them something that's not. So, but anyways, not to dive too far down that, I think that that's important to start making some changes to your channels and decide which way you want to go. I think you're going to be given the option. Obviously, you guys can go straight to YouTube Kids platform, and then you have to realize that you're going to follow strict codes to or rules to make sure that everything is checked for kids under 13. Now, I think that they'll eventually come out with some sort of monetization and stuff like that for YouTube Kids. I think a lot of people stay away from that because they'll obviously take a big hit to their pocketbook. But what if you have less than 1,000 subscribers? What's going to happen to me in January? And I think the comments disabling and the notification thing will hurt somebody under 1,000 subs. Obviously, you don't have to worry about the monetization because you can't monetize, but you're not ever really gonna. It's kind of a catch-22. You're not ever gonna really be able to be able to monetize if people can't see your notifications and comment. That's kind of the big draw to some of the smaller channels, is that you can have open conversations with the creators. But what I've been doing in this past week, and I've noticed that none of our comments have been turned off since then. So what I'm trying to do is kind of reboot the channel internally, because what I want to do is I want to stay on mainstream YouTube, but then also adhere to their rules that we wouldn't engage this to children under 13, which we aren't already. But to do that, I think that there's a couple of things that we're going to do. Obviously, we've taken headshots of the kids off thumbnails, and also I've removed in our descriptions and keywords and all that stuff, I'm removing family and kids and just gearing it towards what it is, which is Pokemon pack openings. So again, if you want to go towards the YouTube Kids route, I think the only problem with that is that I think even if you're a channel now that is appealing to kids, you probably have more people that are over 13 watching it. So, and I think that that's the big thing, the big difference between Pokemon and like a toy pack opening, is that a toy pack opening, yeah, there might be some vintage collectors, but I still think the majority of your people will be kids. Whereas with Pokemon, I think it's really the opposite. I think most of the people are in the demographic of 18 and older, and yeah, you have some kids that watch it. So I think going to YouTube Kids would be a wrong decision, but I'm obviously not telling anybody what to do. But what we're going to do is basically just kind of revamp the channel and kind of see how it goes. I think what we might also start doing is that I might just be sitting in the videos, kind of drawing the narrative at the beginning and stay in the video. So then that way, yes, there are people that are under 13 on screen, but they're not controlling the narrative, nor the channel, nor the, I guess, so to speak, the 13 and over or 13 and under. Because I think the thing that you'll have to be careful of is that if you go to YouTube Kids, you have to follow very strict guidelines, like I think I mentioned, to make sure that you keep everything safe for children 13 and under. The bad thing, if you choose to stay on YouTube, and I think there'll be this new checkbox that you guarantee, you know, you won't do anything or solicit under 13 or whatever kids type channels on regular YouTube, and you breach that, it looks like YouTube's kind of discussing to where the FTC can actually come after the creator themselves, and not hold YouTube liable. So, you know, that's going way down the monkey hole. But I think the problem is that nobody really knows exactly what's going on, because of course I think YouTube took this 4 months to kind of say, hey, we need to fulfill our contracts on monetization for these creators, and then kind of go from there. But I think we're doing the right thing by just kind of backing kids and family out of the wording, because if you look at any of our, well, when I look at our analytics, we hardly have anybody under the age of 13. So, and when we do, we have a lot of kids that watch the channel with their parents. And I think that's kind of the key thing, is that needs to default to the demographic of the parent allowing the kids, so the parent is above 13. So I think we should be all in the clear. So, but it's an interesting topic and conversation to be had. But I think that we have to remember that Pokemon's nostalgic and vintage, and it's been around for many years. So there's way more people over 13 that would watch these than under. So that's why we're going to choose to stay on YouTube, and not even look at YouTube Kids. But we just need to make sure that we're doing it right. And, you know, because if we can't monetize when we get over to 1,000, that's fine. But I think not being able to have comments and notifications would be decimating. So anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful. I'll answer any questions that I can if you comment down below. If you guys want to share this video, please do. And I'd love to answer any questions that anybody has and help out any way that we can. But I think just remember that if you're doing it for the right reasons, it's going to work out for you no matter what. You just got to keep doing what you're doing, put the work in, and whatever goals you have set, you can achieve them. You're just going to have to look to see how to do it, but it'll still work for everybody. So everybody don't freak out. I think everything's going to be okay. It's just, I think once you have a plan in action and you go with it, we could also be sitting there January 1st saying, oh, wow, well, we did all this and it didn't matter anyways. We have to go this way. So I think just hang tight, you know, kind of clean up your stuff if you want to stay mainstream, get rid of, you know, kids wording and all that stuff, so you're not attracting children under 13. And, you know, start getting your channel above board, maybe do some, and that's what we're going to start doing, maybe do some vintage openings, talk a little more business on the channel. You know, I hope to have some of these videos, like I'm going to start doing on Patreon, and I'll end up sharing them. I'll end up sharing them eventually to the channel. I'd like to talk more of the business side and, you know, kind of the plus and minuses of making purchases and whatnot, as I've made a couple bad purchases that's recently come to light. But, you know, we live and we learn. So, and I'd like to share all that so nobody makes the same mistake, or on the flip side, everybody can enjoy in the success of it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later today when Charles gets home. Thanks, guys.